Here my open chord shapes again, C, G, D, A and E. Let's turn them into minor by simply lowering the third. First of all, you need to identify the third within the chord. So here's my C major scale, C, D, E, 1, 2, 3, hold tone, 2 frets, another 2 frets. Here's my major third. If I lower that to from E to E flat, I got a minor third. Here's C, E flat and G, root, minor third, and fifth, C minor triad. Okay, to extend this shape, we'd have to add another C here, keep this C on the 3rd fret of the A string, and play your 3rd fret on the high E string. So you get in the C major shape, the C major version, you have 2 major thirds here, which we need to lower to here, and we got the open E string, which you can either mute or better you fret if you can with your pinky the 3rd fret and play the 5th G instead of the 3rd. This would be the full shape. It's not very practical, it's not very common. What you can do is if you, again, here's my C major shape, the basic shape, and if I move that around, so I fret it with my last 3 fingers, move that up an octave to here, and here's my root major third, the 5th, the root and the major third again. So what I can do is I lower the 3rd to here, here's my 5th, here's my octave or root, and here's my C root again in the bass. So this would be the minor shape, so the C shape minor. Okay, so a little bit more practical here. And next one would be G. Here's G major. So again, I have 2 major thirds in here. The B, 1, 2, 3, G, A, B. I need to lower that one to here, minor third, and also have an open B in here, which I also need to lower or replace with another chord note. So what we do is, you got this root note here, the minor third, and what you can do is you bar the first 3 strings, G, B and high E string, and you have a G minor triad. So that's the root, the minor third and the 5th, adding the minor third here and the root and the bass here. And you can either play the open D string or you can mute it. So that would be G minor with the G shape. Okay, here's D major, and again I have to find the 3rd. So here's my D root major 2nd major 3rd, which is F sharp. Here's an F sharp, okay, which I need to lower to F, a half tone, and I have D minor. Okay, so by moving that up, or fretting it with my last 3 fingers first, then moving that up and adding my index finger to play the root. Here, for instance, I have E minor with the D minor shape, with the D shape. Okay, so I can move that up diatonically. Next thing, A. Here's A major. What's the 3rd for A? A, B, C sharp, root, major 2nd, major 3rd, lowering that to C. I have a C here, that same C, and at the other chord notes I have A minor. So now if I refret that with my last 3 fingers, move that up to wherever I want. Here's C, here would be C minor, but then I'll replace the nut again with my index finger, and I have C minor. So again, with that I could play all the minor chords all over the neck. So it's B minor, so B flat minor, B minor, C sharp minor, D minor, and so on. Okay. Last one, here's E minor, E major. What's the root from E? be E, F sharp and G sharp. Here's my G sharp. If I play G instead at the other chord notes, I have E minor. Same thing again, I could move that around by replacing these two fingers with these two, move it up, bar, 2 frets behind it, and I've got my minor shape. So this is my E shape, F minor, F sharp minor, G minor, G sharp minor, and so on. Okay, and then you can create a little chord progression. Let's just stay within the key of C major. So for instance, what I tried to do in the beginning here was I have D minor, E minor, and A minor. So that's D minor with the A shape, E minor with the C shape, and G shape A minor, which I can then turn into the E shape if I want to. Yeah, so you can add a little bass run, like I did, playing the root and the fifth. Okay, here's D, the root, and here's the fifth. What's the fifth from D? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, D, E, F, G, A. Here's an A, so I can do this, play the root note, then the rest of the chord, and then the fifth, then the chord again, and loop that. Same thing here, here's my E minor with the C shape. That's the fifth on the low E string, B, and then I could go, here's my A minor with the G shape, and the fifth would be E. Here's my open E, and can have a little run into that A minor by adding the G here.